March 2023, a group of researchers formed the Truth Mafia, a collective determined to investigate conspiracies and occult mysteries that have been buried for centuries. With a passion for uncovering the truth, they delve into the darkest corners of history, pop culture, and ancient mysteries, seeking answers to questions that have plagued humanity for ages. The Truth Mafia is led by Tommy Truthful, a man shrouded in mystery and intrigue, dedicated to uncovering the hidden truths behind some of the world's most perplexing and enigmatic phenomena. Their research has led them down countless rabbit holes, from deciphering ancient symbols to exploring the hidden meanings behind popular media and literature. Despite the risks and challenges they face, the Truth Mafia remains steadfast in their quest for knowledge. Will their investigations lead to groundbreaking revelations, or will they unravel an even deeper web of secrets and lies? Only time will tell in this ongoing saga of conspiracy and intrigue.
This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Truth Mafia News. This is episode 18 with your host, Tommy Truthful, and my co-host and father, Papa Truthful. Papa Truthful, what's up?
All's good, son. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. So we're going to get into this, man. There's a bunch of stuff trending right now on Trump versus Kamala. And guys, make sure you smash that like button, share this video. And the number one important thing, like I always tell you guys, please take 2 seconds right now. The link is in the description and go opt in to our free newsletter on truthmafia.com. That way you get notifications and updates. Like right before we went live, we sent out an email to the people. So that way you guys can join the lives and we don't have to worry about social media giving you a notification. And this podcast today is sponsored through Body Align and the 5G Energy Wellness. And that link is also down below. Don't forget to use promo code Truth Mafia. I really love the wellness band. That's the one I really recommend. I wear it every day. I got mine on. My pops wears his. They got the Shugnite, the Torlamine all grounded up in the band. Then certain frequencies are binded to this hologram that protect you, your body, and your DNA from the EMF and microwaves. So smash that like button, get your body aligned, and let's go, guys. We got a good one for you today. So coming Friday, Pops, did you hear Friday that Trump is going to be on Joe Rogan October 25th?
Yes, I did. And
what do you think?
Well, he's been hitting the circuit, and we'll see what happens on that day. But I heard also through a source that right after, someone who knows Cliff High, I don't know if you know who Cliff High is, son, he's on Rumble and YouTube.
Yeah, I've heard
he used to have the WebBot report a long time ago, and I used to subscribe to them. And what it does is it would go out on the internet and it would listen to all the chatter, right? All the chatter going on.
Yeah.
And, it would pick up the psyche of people. And he had just did a couple reports. Richard from the Nanosoma company talked to me about it last night, where they think that soon after this, that they don't know whether it'll be the light or the dark, but this UFO disclosure thing could be happening very shortly here after this Rogan and Trump event.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because there's a lot of weird things going on with all that right now. I just shared a video. There's all these stories of people vanishing and all kinds of weird stuff that's going on in the world right now. Dude, it seems like there's a complete media blackout in Brazil too, Pops. I don't know if you remember me telling you a while back that, I'm always on my VPNs. And when I would go to Rumble to set up our podcast, if I was ever on a VPN in Brazil, it would say I couldn't go on to Rumble. So this is about 6 months ago. I told the audience, and now Brazil took Twitter away from them too. So they can't go on Rumble. They can't go on Twitter. And when you think about it, these are the two platforms that if they wanted to leak something, if something crazy is going on, Them would be the two platforms that they could maybe get it out on, right? Rumble and Twitter. So they took them.
Yep.
Yeah, they took them out the game, and I think there's some, there's all kinds of rumors. Like people are saying they're burning banks down there, that they collapsed the banking system.
Well, the people got to step up. There's 250 million people down there. They need to step up and take their government back. I mean, none of these dictatorships
peacefully
end peacefully. Well, listen,
always got to say that we're on YouTube.
Look, yes, you want everything to end peacefully, but when you look at history, these things unfortunately go in another direction if they don't come to some kind of resolution where the people are going to be able to live their lives in a free way. It's only going to continue to get hotter and heated up and more chaos and more mayhem. It's all going to wait till we're at the 23rd now of October.
13 days before the election. Yep. When this story,
nothing's going to be settled on that night. I mean, it's going to be a battle all the way through the rest of this year into the new year. Both parties do not want the other party to rule over it. I say that we split the United States up, right? We give all of the folks that want to do abortion on demand, kill babies when they're coming out of the womb, they're pro-abortion and pro all the different genders and all of that. No problem. You get all these cities, you all live there, and then we'll all live over here, and we just stay out of each other's way. And you can have Kamala freaking be your president, and we can have Trump be our president. But really, it's the local communities and the counties and the governor, the sheriff. That's where we got to really focus on getting back into the Constitution, back into what this country was founded on.
Well, it's very interesting too, Pops, because everybody I talk to, me, bro, I don't have too much faith in either one of the candidates.
Me either.
But I'm a pro-life conservative, and gun to my head, of course I'm gonna pick. Damn, these kids outside my door. Sorry, guys. I'm in the projects over here. But anyways, I would pick Donald Trump over Kamala, and I've told people this before, just because he makes me laugh, But look at these. Everybody I've talked to, no one likes Kamala. Like nobody, even the people that don't trust Trump, they're like, I would vote for Trump just because I can't stand this lady. And look at these polls they have today, 13 days before the election, when the story goes viral about Kamala's got this whole thing that Trump said he wanted generals that were like the guy, I'm not going to say his name. It starts with the H. He has a funny little mustache. That guy who ran the German government in World War II. So, Trump's team responded. They said, we never said that. But there's a hidden coded message within that statement that they're saying that went viral, which I'll show you guys after this. We got some clips we're going to play for you. But look at these polls, Dad. It don't make sense, bro.
They're fake polls, man. They're a bunch of fake polls. There's nobody, these numbers, this lady couldn't even get 1% of her own party's vote. 1% of her own party's vote. And, this is, all the media is controlled. We know that. It's all controlled. They're going to put out whatever narrative they want. And already we have, situations here in Texas where one candidate is being voted for. And when they print it out, it's the other candidate. Now, I won't mention who the names are because then of YouTube, since we're on YouTube, FluffTube. But I don't know what people think if it's going to be any different from 2020 when only very little has changed. I don't know. It's going to be, I'm going to go out and vote because I feel I have a right to vote. I pay a lot of taxes and I have a right to vote. And I surely am not voting for Kamala. But I don't have any faith in the federal government, regardless of who's at the head of it, because it's a beast. It's supposed to be taking care of 5 things like Sheriff Mack of the CSPOA has talked about in the Constitution. And, that's like, let me go over those real quick, son, and then we'll get into this. They're supposed to print our money based on gold and silver, precious metals. They're supposed to protect our seas against pirates, which we used to have back then.
Yep.
They're supposed to have an army to protect our borders and to protect us from foreign invasion. They're supposed to make sure that they're supposed to prosecute treason against our country, which, my God, probably 80-90% of the federal government higher ups are in that category.
Oh, 100%.
And they're supposed to do trade agreements. That's it. That's it. No FBI, no CIA, no FDA, no FTC, no SEC, none of that. The power is supposed to lay with the people in the states. That's the Constitution. They're a bloated monstrosity, and I can't wait for them to fall apart and crumble and disintegrate because they're terrible. There's horrible things going on there. Most of them are compromised. They're disgusting. And I can't wait till God, the creator, the point of origin of all things, takes them out because they think they're better than the creator. They're not. They're going to find out real quick what the deal is. It's coming. It's coming for all of them.
Oh yeah, God, he's going to not be too happy with the things that are going on with the kids and stuff like that. So that's a perfect segue for me to play this clip. This is Alex, what he said about Alex Jiggle Jones, what he said this morning, that he's calling up Joe Rogan, and let's check it out.
I'm just going to go talk to Joe and just say, listen, when you got Trump in there, obviously you're going to bring up that Kamala was installed and that now they've signed these orders to use the military on the American people. And I know Joe's already got it. We've talked about it, but hand him the documents and say, Joe, this. And Joe hates it when people tell him what to do, but he puts up with when I do it. And I don't do it a lot, but I mean, I'm going to ask him, will you we bring this up to Trump? I mean, my God. Also, the 325,000 missing children. Don't just pledge to control the border and stop it. Pledge to say you're going to try to find where they are and prosecute those that did this. I talk to Joe all the time, and Trump is here Friday. And I didn't get this from Joe because that stuff's off record, but I did get it from other people that are in the campaigns. Rogan wasn't going to interview Trump unless Kamala did it. She agreed a couple weeks ago. Then she kept fighting about the time. Trump's here Friday morning, South Austin. And then Kamala was coming in Saturday, but then the last few days they were saying, we're not sure, and they weren't sure they were going to do it. Now she's coming Friday afternoon. That could change. By the way, no one knows this. So Rogan set to interview them both on Friday. And the bigger issue is that, not that I have inside baseball, who cares about that, is that they're like a person on the high dive who's never jumped off a high dive. They're kind of scared to do it, and it's going to be a disaster for her. But that's not the issue. I do a lot of important work off air. I'm going to call Rogan up today. He invites me down to the club all the time. Maybe if he's there tonight, I'll just go down there. He was up there last night till late. I'm just going to go talk to Joe and just say, listen, when you got Trump in there, obviously you're going to bring up that Kamala was installed and that now they've signed these orders to use the military on the American people. And I know Joe's already got it. We've talked about it, but hand him the documents and say, Joe, this. And Joe hates it when people tell him what to do, but he puts up with when I do it. And I don't do it a lot, but I mean, I'm going to ask him, will we bring this up to Trump? I mean, my God. Also, the 325,000 missing children. Don't just pledge to control the border and stop it. Pledge to say you're going to try to find where they are and prosecute those that did this.
So that's interesting, huh, Pops?
Well, yeah. Look, again, yeah, we have all these missing children. What are we doing about it?
Nothing.
And, we're not doing anything about it. But at the end of the day, we had one of the watchers here today put in the comments about this geoengineering. All of this stuff that we're talking about right now, if we don't get a hold of that, we don't get a hold of, this biosphere problem, the geoengineering, all of these energy frequency attacks and all of that. I mean, they're not doing anything about any of it. They're not doing anything about the kids. They're not doing anything about knowing. They're saying 6G, son, is 5,000 times more powerful than 5G.
Oh, that's great.
6G. Do you know what kind of EMF radiation is going to be pumping out and how much electromagnetic pollution? I mean, it's going to be insanity. I want to see what Joe says. I'm going to, of course, tune in like everybody else and listen what's up, but I don't know what it's going to mean. All I hear is a bunch of talking, and I don't see anything happening. Again, we got a $6 to $7 trillion a year freaking government that should be, no more than, say, a couple trillion a year, a trillion a year if they're following the Constitution. We don't need all of that. We don't need all. Yeah, they're testing the 6G and some places using it. They're saying, I've heard 5,000 times stronger than 5G. Man.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. And then they're saying like Trump was talking about locking down the people. That's on a bunch of news articles today, but his team said he never said that. I mean, there's so much craziness going around, dude. There's so much disinfo out here, and a lot of people don't know this, but this is a fact. And 6G, Dad, you need to look into 10G, bro, because they got 10G. You know that?
Well, yeah, they're not going to roll that out tomorrow, but they're working on moving us up. Because if they launch that, they probably kill everybody. You know what I mean?
Well, the 10Gs,
they're working on rolling all of this stuff out over a period of whatever it is, 5 years, a decade, whatever it's going to be that they got in their plans. But it's going to be very damaging to people.
Yep. And you see, guys, I let all you guys share your opinions, whether you like Trump or you don't. I'm not biased over here. I want to honestly hear your guys' info. And, of course, I'm going to show your comment. Like I said, it's really, we have not much of a choice. Like my dad said, they're not doing nothing. It's quite, comical at this point, but it's really not funny. And the geoengineering stuff is so important. You see that they're using their fact check to come out and try to discredit anything about geoengineering right now. And shout out to JD who put geoengineeringwatch.org for real info. That guy's been doing it for so long. He's one of the biggest names in the game. He's amazing. He's got a ton of awesome info on his website. I actually had my team reach out to him. We want to make him a channel on Truth Mafia because, I mean, that guy, what he does is just amazing. I'm actually surprised he's still alive. I know they really probably don't like him. But that's the biggest problem, Dad. And you know what? Me and my buddy was talking, and what it seems like to me, Pops, with how they're using the chemtrails and it's all eating up the atmosphere, eating up all that organic matter, which I've talked about before. I think that's powering this phantom matrix. We got into that the other day when me and Waters Above did that podcast on simulated reality. You guys can find that now up on truthmafia.com. Amazing podcast. But what I think I think it was me and Paranoid American that had this conversation, if I'm not mistaken. We did one as well, and you can get that on Truth Mafia about symbolism, the Phoenicians. But what we was talking about, Pops, is it seems like they're terraforming this atmosphere, dude, to where we can't survive in it. And then their whole Agenda 2040, where we merge with transhumanism and upload our consciousness to the cloud, it's going to be mandatory because it's going to be like, look, you either can stay here and die at 21. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to live long in this environment they're creating, or you can merge with technology and live forever. I think that's where it's headed, bro. I really do. I think that is where it's headed with the quantum computing, the 5G, 6G, 7G, going all the way up to 10G, which is part of their smart cities. All this stuff is plugged into these supercomputers. Not the D-Wave is now on the advantage. So when it first came out, it was 128 qubits, guys. Now it's on 5,000 qubits. So just think of that. This thing's quantifying in our reality in multiple different realities at one time. And these things are unreal. They're $15 million for one. So it's pretty crazy what they can do with them too. Run simulations. They can create a whole simulated reality out of it. And that's what I think it is doing, you know, with CERN, who created WWW, all these quantum computers feeding into that. We're on these black mirrors in front of our face, putting our energy into this, sharing all this content, which is then going back into CERN. It's powering up something. And I think it's all part of that transhumanist thing, Dad. I really think they're going to try to like force us to merge with technology, bro. You know, and with what they're doing with the chemtrails, all of it. It's just crazy. And again, guys, that's why it really is so important to protect yourself. So make sure you check out the Body Align, the Energy Wellness Band, promo code Truth Mafia. Even if you don't get from us, find one you're comfortable with. And you got to protect yourself some way. But this product, I truly believe in, or I wouldn't be behind it. And my father actually, you know, has a piece of the company. So it's a product our whole family believes in, our whole family uses. And
well, and it covers you. These things last a little bit over a year, and then you can change them out. And the thing about it is, you know, we're going to have a show coming up here soon, and I'm going to be updating everybody on the electromagnetic pollution and the scientists that are working on systems that have been, the smaller versions have been tested now for years. I have one of them, first versions, in my backyard right now. I spent $550 to move it from the last rental up the street here, son. You know that.
yeah.
And I know what, I'm very sensitive to energy, as you know, son. I've been doing this for decades, and that system has cleared my sky, has put like a protection around my home, has, you know, even helped my plant growth and all of that in the other house that we were in. But now the new systems are 20 times stronger.
Yeah, that's
20 times stronger in the Z systems, which we don't need any of the population. You know, and we're not coming out with that to ask anybody to do that. Those things are 65 grand a piece just to put them in. The other devices, except for the agricultural that covers 150,000 acres, they're all less than 10% of the main, a big system. But the big system we're bringing to millionaires, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and billions to put these out throughout the world to start grounding all this electromagnetic pollution and clearing up our, cleaning these chemtrails out of the air and bringing our biosphere back hundreds, even thousands of years ago. We're almost done. Now we're going to have a membership section on a new site that's only going to be for these people that are going to be with the Zeds. You know, they'll have certain access. These are going to be people that are going to, I don't know the legal ramifications yet of what they're setting up, or the legality of what they're setting up, but it's going to be where they're gifting these to the planet. And
that's awesome.
Well,
and this is the same company that does the nanosoma product, right?
Richard, who is the global distributor for the nanosoma, which I work with, and you know, TJ, you know, we work with him and we help manage all his sites and everything. He's the one that's been funding the building of these systems with a guy that at one time was running the Quiche Foundation. Quiche, Keshe. Now it's Dot Foundation. This is one of the smartest people on the planet, Maran Quiche, who's given technology to, and you guys will look at him and you'll see him. If you want to pull that up, son, I'll send it to you. Hold on.
And guys, before Dad goes on with that, with this nanosoma, that link's down below too. And guys, that stuff really did help me. I think it pretty much saved my life. And we ask you, people's always asking me, Tommy, how do we get the chemtrails out and the nanobots that are in us? Well, this stuff here is.
Well, let's be careful what we say. We're on fluff tube.
Oh yeah,
but absolutely. This gets your energy body into a certain point. where all of that stuff, the body naturally dispels all of that through your skin. But I just gave you a link, son, in the private chat. Open this up real quick.
Okay.
So the guy that's in head.
Well, it won't let me, Dad. It said forbidden.
Oh, it said forbidden?
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Quiche Foundation. Hold on, let me copy.
I just opened it up.
I don't know why it did that for me. Hold on a second.
Well, these are some of the most brilliant scientists on the freaking planet. And the guy that used to run the foundation and, you know, the foundation in Italy for them, right? He was head of Italy for this company, this founder. He's the one that's heading up this technology. And just put it you this way.
I got it here.
You got it?
Yeah, I had to open it on my other window because Microsoft wouldn't let me open it. To see, they got some weird stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, it won't let me.
They don't want you to see. So this guy here, go to about right there and go down to the guy's name right there. That's the dude right there. And he's one of the smartest scientists on this planet. You can read his site. You can learn about him. And the guy that's the head of this technology I'm talking about that we need to get out, you know, throughout the whole world, the main Z devices, which we're not bringing to the public. It's all going to be done behind closed doors on private property. We need about 300 and some of these devices around the world in order to bring the biosphere, repair it, bring it back, clean it up. Then all the other little devices will clean up our food supply, clean up our soil, kill that GMO frequency that's out there. People don't understand. Right. You clean up the soil, and then guess what? The GMO frequency, the GMO is attached to the water. It's attached to the air. It's attached to everything.
Yep.
So we're going to be rolling that out. I'm going to be, you know, bringing this out on the show here. I'm going to tell you guys what we're doing. And, you know, we're going to do it. Do they want us to do it? No. But, you know, it's going to happen. If they take one person out, there's thousands of people right now that are going to be working within this. And so it's going to get out no matter what. And, and it's going to get out no matter what. And they don't want it. They don't want the chemtrails cleaned up. They don't want the electromagnetic pollution grounded. They don't want the soil cleaned up. They don't want any of that. They don't want any of that.
I'm gonna show you. Look, see that they won't let me on it on freaking Microsoft. So
yeah, well, Sister Sue, that statement that you're making, it unfortunately or fortunately is not correct. We can clean the soil. We can clean the atmosphere. We can clean it all. And you being part of Truth Mafia in this channel, you're going to be getting a front row seat on how this thing's going to launch and how it's coming out. What we'll be doing behind the scenes with the millionaires, the 10 million, the 100 million, the billionaires that will be helping us with the 300 and some big systems. These systems cover 2,500 kilometers, which is 1,550 miles around them once fully activated. And they have a shelf life of about 10 years. So this is powerful stuff. Now you're going to think maybe I'm a little crazy. I don't know. You know, this is coming to me from second-hand information, but we all know there's higher beings right now working to help save this planet and working to help destroy this planet, right?
Yep.
Call them demons, call them angels, call them whatever you want, but they're very much involved in the whole process, the good side. Okay, the good side of it. So it's these scientists, don't you think for 1 second that these scientists aren't connected to these higher beings of light, good beings, not bad. And I'm not going to get into what they're called and all of that stuff because I don't want to get involved in all of that. But the bottom line is that the Heavenly Father, the creator of all has his hand and his light beings, his angelic beings' hands on this planet, or we would have already been gone.
Oh, 100%.
We would have been already gone completely.
Yeah, I agree. And Brooke Swindle, thank you. You said I've been watching your channel since B Dell, and you guys, thank you. I appreciate that. And shout out to B Dell. We had him on with Ishmael Perez. You know, my dad introduced me to Ishmael, and they did just a phenomenal job. And you know, shout out to B Dell. You guys can check him out. His YouTube is B Dell 1014. He's also a member of the Truth Mafia, has his channel up there. So you know, we appreciate all the new subscribers and all you guys. Yeah, we just got to, we can't give up. You know, we have to try. When people think, oh, it can't be done, well, it can be done. And we just got to prove that. But Sue, I get what you're saying, honey. I know it seems like, you know, it's like, man, can that be done with all the stuff that's in the soil? But we have to.
Yeah, it can be done. It can be done. And but understand it's saturated.
Oh yeah,
It's saturated, and you don't think GMO has a frequency?
Oh, it does. Yes, it has a frequency.
Okay, so you know it's infiltrating.
We can destroy that frequency too, Pop.
Yeah, we can do it. These units destroy the frequency and destroy every freaking thing that it's in. You know, whether it's in the water supply, whether it's in, you know, the pollen, whatever it's in, it just takes it completely out. And there's other things these things do that I don't even want to talk about because people will think I'm cuckoo. But at the end of the day, as we start putting these out, the people that are going to be gifting these to the planet are going to have full insight into seeing what they are doing, meaning everything that they're doing, every device that's out there, and the effect it's having, a positive effect it's having on healing Mother Earth is going to be documented with you know scientific documentation and going to be put in there for those people that are going to gift this stuff you know, to the planet, right? If we don't look, it's about $23 million to get these all around the planet, the big ones. Look at what they spend our money on. They spend billions of dollars. They're spending what, 100 billion on illegal aliens? 100 billion. I'm talking 23 million or 23, 25 to completely get these devices all over the planet, all 300 and some of them, and to get this thing reversing right away as you start putting them out. And then the other littler devices that are for farmers and homes and neighborhoods and community gardens and all of that, as those start, and there's, you know, hundreds of those out there already, and lots of testimonials. But as those start going out into the thousands, into the tens of thousands, into the hundreds of thousands, and then into the millions, there is no way they're going to be able to do what they're trying to do to geoengineer our situation here, guys. Ain't going to happen.
And that's a beautiful thing because as we can see with what's going on in, oh, guys, by the way, thanks, Dad, because that just reminded me something. So I'm going to tell you the next state they're going to hit with geoengineering, guys, in this HARP shit. Mark my freaking words when I tell you. I've been pretty right so far, and it's going to be Arkansas. I don't know how they're going to hit them. Maybe tornadoes, stuff like that. Well, it goes through let me just show you what I'm talking about. They found vast deposits of white gold in Arkansas that's very valuable. This is trending today. So we already know they found the lithium in the Carolina region that got hit, right? And lithium equals 24 in Chaldean, matching Milton. And then, you know, we had Helene hit, and then Milton comes after, right after, bam. And now they're finding gold. It's not just in Arkansas. Let me show you real quick, and then I'll play these other videos. I got one with Obama. He was at the rally with Eminem. Of course, they're voting for freaking Kamala. And then I got a message from RFK that we'll get into, but let me show you this real quick, guys. This is pretty nuts. Did you see this, Pops? Vast deposits of white gold in Arkansas could be stunningly valuable. So it's through this area, Pop. So I can see. Yeah. And look, it goes into Florida, bro. What's right here, Dad? Is that Alabama right there?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I think it is. Well, there's Georgia,
right?
Alabama, I think. I could be wrong though, guys. I don't know. But these states here,
So a lot of it in Texas.
yeah, a lot of it in Texas too. You guys might get smacked with some stuff as they want to come in and steal your white gold deposits, and I'm not really sure if white gold is used in technology. I gotta look. Oh, and look what this article says. What is lithium and why do we need it? Speaking of lithium, they bring it up in the freaking article where they already stole your lithium. So, oh my Lord, this is so interesting.
Well, yeah, but everything on all everybody's glued to this TV with this Trump versus Harris war. Why they're sitting here hitting us every which way but loose. Why everybody's, all focused on this. I mean, it's going to be a very interesting rest of this year and into the new year. I'm going to tell everybody again, please get yourself prepared, with some more groceries, some, rice and beans. People say, oh, I can't buy storage food. Well, stop saying you can't. I am wealthy. I am healthy. I am grateful. I am, beautiful. I am loved. I am. Whatever you say you are, you will be. But make sure that you get some extra stuff. I mean, I got hundreds of pounds of beans, hundreds of pounds of rice, extra vitamins, extra shampoo, extra everything that we need. We've got extra. And then all we do is we look at the dates, expiration dates, and we use the stuff that's going to expire the soonest, and we just keep rotating it. Use what's going to expire the soonest, and then put the new stuff in the back and keep on moving it into, in that way. You got to do it. Protect yourself, protect your family.
Yeah. No, it's very, very important. Very, very important. And as you guys can see over on Truth Mafia, there's a bunch of new videos that I can't share because I'll get in trouble. But this one you might want to check out too: the organ harvesting and brain death, which is not even a real thing. They're stealing people's organs and ripping their shit out while they're still alive. So, look into that. It's pretty crazy. I did a documentary on the whole organ harvesting thing. You can find that on Truth Mafia or any of my social media platforms. And here's the article, what they said Trump said. Now, I can't say this out loud, but you guys can obviously read it. I need the kind of generals that who had. That's a statement they said. He said, Kamala's dropping this video. It's 2 minutes and 56 seconds, too, guys, which that number's tied to the whole targeted individual situation. And the statement that he said equals 187, which is a freaking homicide code. They've already tried to kill Trump how many times? 2 times on the world stage. So it's like they're setting it up to kill off Trump's character on the world stage in a King Kill 33 style ritual, similar to what happened to John F. Kennedy exactly 13 days before the election, right? And there's the 13 families of the Illuminati. That 187 number, what's it tied to? Saturn death cult is 187. So is Saturn is Baal, because they're one and the same. Saturn's where we get the word Satan from. Baal, Moloch, it's all Saturn, guys. They're not really Satanists. They're you call Luciferians, but part of a Saturnalia death cult. And that 187 number is also tied to the Skull and Bone Society. I forgot to throw that one in there. But this being 13 days before the election, well, first thing is that's the number of the matrix. Whenever you have one number, a 13, you're going to have a mirror reflection of that number, which is 31. The matrix is 31. 13 spelled out is 31. And what is the 13th card in the tarot deck, guys? It's the death card. And look on the death card. Look at the symbolism on it. You got this Pope here. You got the death on the white horse. And look at the dude under there dead with a crown by his head. A king. So you got the whole King Kill 33 symbolism within the death card. This comes out 13 days prior to the election with a freaking 187 code in it. You know what I mean? I mean, you can't make this up. And then 13, it's tied to many different things. The number 13 brings the test, the suffering, and the death. It symbolizes the death of matter or oneself in the birth to spirit, the passage to higher levels of existence. And for superstitious, the number brings bad luck and misfortune. You know, this is when they killed the Knights Templars on Friday the 13th. That's where we get that whole number from. And for the Kabbalist, which is what they are, these Saturnalia, they're into this ancient Kabbalah. The number 13 represents the snake, the dragon, and the murderer. Go figure. And for Christians, it represents Virgin Mary, who her mission is to crush the head of the snake, right? And the number is also connected to the cross, the family. You know, there's many different things it's tied to, but it's a very powerful number. In the 13 mysteries of the tarot, it's nameless and represents uncertainty, hesitation, transformation. In the Bible, there were 13 guests at the Last Supper. In the 13th chapter of John, Jesus declares one of his disciples will betray him. And after Judas betrays, you know, that whole situation, the 13th chapter of Revelations is reserved for the Antichrist and the beast. So just to let you see, Trump probably didn't even say that. It's completely scripted. It's part of their little Saturnalia ritual. And they're probably going to try to take him out on the world stage because they know that'll get people to flip out, Dad. And then, boom, martial law. They can bring in that martial law. And, you know, they can do a completely staged situation, Pops. I mean, Obama legalized propaganda on the American people.
Yeah,
Most
2013 again, or 14, around there.
13, you're right. He started in 2012. It went into law, I believe, January 2013. I could be wrong on the month, but it was in the beginning of 2013, which 20 plus 13 is 33. So, you know, their little number right there, too. That's the same year the Pope came in, who they call the false prophet. He came in on 3/13 of 2013. But let's play the video that's going viral about Obama. It's pretty hilarious. And I think this is a damn clone myself, but what do I know?
Arms of heaven, vomit on my sweater already. Mom, spaghetti.
So as you see, they got him there singing, right? And look, Eminem, they made sure this isn't the video that they're sharing on the mainstream media. Eminem throws up his devil horns. And I showed you there's a difference between I love you, the sign language. That's when the thumb is out, guys. When the thumb is in, touching the two fingers, that is casting a hex. Them are the devil horns. That's casting a hex on the audience. So it's very interesting that they do that. And, you know, my brother Donut, shout out to Donut Factory. He showed the people the other day, and I wish his post would have got way more traction. I tried to share it to help him. But, you know, people never pay attention to the stuff they need to. He's not that's not for Black Power or Black Lives Matter. That what he's doing right there, holding the fist up like Greta Thunberg, that is the communist salute. You see the 1978 logo for the socialists is the fist. I mean, so they're telling you who they are through the symbolism. But yeah, Obama was singing Slim Shady's song. Drop bombs, but that's probably one part of the song he meant to drop bombs. Yeah, we know, dude. You know, ain't that crazy, Pops? so they're really
I mean, they're all Satanists, most of them Luciferian Satanists. It's really bad.
They're pulling out all the stops though, Pops. Like they're trying to get all the celebrities to help. And I seen a video that went viral of Obama talking to Joe Biden. You could kind of read his lips, and he looked like he was not too like, oh man, Kamala lost, dude. She's out. You know, I don't think he has too much faith in her. But some people, yeah, I know Rhonda thinks Obama is playing Kamala. That'd be hilarious if that's true. If that ever will, but who knows? These days, I mean, it could be true with the masks they have now. And you should see the masks they had back in the day that the CIA had, guys. The stuff now is unreal. You know, you could dress me or my dad or anybody up, and you wouldn't know who that person is, and they could be right in your face. I mean, it's that good now, you know. But yeah, it's very very bizarre. You said you're in the year of the snake. Your year is coming up January 25th, January 28th of 2025. We enter the year of the snake. But and then here's a video, Pops, that RFK said to his followers. I wanted to play that for you and then see what you think about it.
People are asking me if they live in a red state or a blue state, should they still be voting for me? What about swing states? The answer is easy, no. No matter what state you live in, you should be voting for Donald Trump. And let me tell you why. That's the only way that we can get me and everything I stand for into Washington, D.C. and fulfill the mission that motivated my campaign. Right now, free speech is under withering and relentless attack in America and across the globe. But at least we still have enough of it here that you can watch this video. We can still run an opposition political campaign. Well, in a lot of countries, you can't do that anymore because the state now controls the media. The state censors the internet. Brazil just banned Twitter because Elon Musk refused to censor user speech. Kamala Harris says that Musk better behave himself or he will, quote, lose his
privileges and it should be taken down. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
She thinks, and the Democratic...
That's called the Constitution, lady.
Establishment thinks that free speech is a privilege. Well, you know and I know that it's a right. And if Kamala Harris is elected, the powers behind her will quash that right. They're already halfway there. It will be too late by 2028. Once we're in the grips of totalitarianism, we're not going to be able to vote our way out of it. This is our last chance to stop them. After long conversations with President Trump and his team and his family, I know that he is fully convinced of this priority. He sees the censorship machine for what it is. Remember, he was kicked off Twitter back in 2021, and he has experienced directly how government agencies are being weaponized to destroy the government's political opponents. He's going to be relying on me to help clean up that corruption, and that's why I'm relying on my supporters like you to help him return to the White House. As you know, this could be a very close election. A disputed election result would be a disaster for our divided nation. President Trump needs to win in a landslide, both in the Electoral College and in the popular vote. He can't do that unless my supporters join him. So look at the big picture. We have to unify. We have to overthrow the entrenched elites who are now ruining our country. So let's get Donald Trump elected on November 5th so that we can restore our Constitution, so that we can revive the middle class, so that we can rescue our democracy, end censorship and surveillance, unravel the war machine, protect children's health, and make America healthy again.
Oh, wow. So okay, for my people with eyes to see, as he's talking this whole time, what's the one thing you notice in this picture? I want to see if any of you in the comments catch it. But what do you think about that, Pops? What do you think about RFK? What's your opinion on him?
Look, man, I think all of these people have some, have been somewhat compromised.
Yeah.
That are at a certain level, whether it's in, music or television or politics or business. I'm not saying there's not good ones out there, but they're far and few in between. I don't know this guy. I don't know his heart, but I see the butterfly. And,
that's monarch programming. Whenever you see that,
I mean, I see the butterfly, and so, I don't know. Again, I'm not counting on these guys in any way, shape, or form. Let them battle. If two sides are battling, and this is not the WWE going on here, let them continue to battle while we continue to work on our neighborhoods, our local community, our counties, and get those back into where we need them to be so that we can stand up to this, get our states fighting it. The states can reel in the federal government. You only need a certain amount of them to do the convention of the states and they can reel in the federal government. But we got a lot of crooked politicians in state government, in county government, in local government. So we got our hands full. You know, I plan this is going to be something going on for the rest of my time on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I guess we got a Satanist in the house here. They said we should have way less laws, better laws, and less punishment, but the Satanists won't allow that. Or she said she's a Luciferian. My apologies. She's not a Satanist. She's a Luciferian. She said the Satanist hijacker. I don't know. I'm going to pray for you, sweetheart. I hope you find Jesus. You know what I'm saying? She said, I think they are Satanists. I am a Luciferian. I think Christianity is satanic, such control scam, and we can simply have better, more free laws outside of Jesus without sacrifice. Wow. That's pretty crazy. But, you know, hey, listen, you know what? One thing about us, you have the right to have your own belief. And I would give my life.
That's a girl. That's a dude, by the way. He just has a woman's picture.
Oh.
So again, look, everybody's entitled to their opinion. We have a First Amendment, whether you're a Luciferian, whether you're a Christian, whether you're Islam, whether a Muslim, whether you're a Hindu, whatever you are.
Yeah, you have the
And
right.
by the way, you know, religion's division, relationship is the reality. And when you really tap into the Creator beyond Lucifer, beyond all of these different entities, then you will start downloading the truth.
Yeah, I mean, look, I support that person, that gentleman's he's allowed to worship Lucifer, whatever, as long as he's not sacrificing kids or nothing like that. I mean, if you want to do that, okay, cool, whatever. But I don't think we should be programming the children with that stuff. None of that. This country you were born in was founded on God. You know, so that's just what it is. It was founded on God. And let me tell you, the creator, source, whatever you want to call it, it is real. So you might call him, maybe your God is Lucifer. I don't know. But hey, but everybody has the right to believe in what they want. We have to stand for that if we want our rights to be held up, right, in our Constitution. And the thing is, most Christians do. If you talk to them, they're like, hey, whatever, as long as you're not sacrificing children and stuff like that, do what you want. But I don't think we should program the children with it or take God out of the school or none of that. I just think it's crazy to me. That's my opinion, though. What do I know? Right? But hey, so that's all I really got for today, Pops. Do you got anything else?
I would just say to people, you know, again, it ain't about religion, it's about relationship. I study many, many different texts and different religions and other texts that isn't part of religion. And it's not about what you all think you know, we all know nothing. So when you really find out the truth of everything, which we all will, once we open up more of that DNA strands, once that happens, then we'll all know the truth and we'll all see it for what it is. It's exciting time to be alive. Pray, meditate, you know, build the relationship, back yourself up with food, water, ammunition, all those good things, you know, that you need to do. And, you know, once that DNA hits, and a lot of us are going to become, you know, have a lot of different gifts, we can do we're going to do some amazing things for this planet.
I think they're really scared of that, Dad. And the the jabbers. I think that was a big part of it. I think there's nano in it, and that blocks that DNA from activating. The numbers sure support that. So that's what I think. I think they're scared of that happening. I've talked about before on here that story in the 1980s of that guy that they found that he had certain abilities, and the government tried to kill him numerous times. They even chopped this dude up, and he kept coming back and coming back. And he's like, man, you guys really want to kill me, because he wanted to get his message out. I guess he was from Africa or somewhere like that. And he said in the future, there'll be a lot of us that come, and you won't be able to stop all of us. And I think they know these events happen. We go through these cyclical events, the Great Reset, the Phoenix phenomenon, the plasma, whatever you want to call it, bullshit, the rapture. And they've seen it happen before. They've seen these survivors that stay up here on the surface that DNA mutated get these abilities. And I think they're a little scared of that, you know, and I would be too. And things are going to start showing. It's already happening. You know, me guys, what everybody calls demons and all that, I think they're reptilians, interdimensional freaking reptilians. I believe that with all my heart. That's the one subject when you talk about it, you get censored so bad. And I'm actually doing a documentary on it now, but I think that's what a lot of these people are. You know, it could be, maybe it's a demon, I don't know, but it's very reptilian. And that's why we see all the black eye things. That's all it's supposed to be this technology that goes through their eye socket, wraps around the optical nerve, taking over the consciousness of the host. And that's all this reptilian technology. But a lot of them are going to be shown now, and they can't hide. They're as we're going into the solar maximum and the sun's energy is increasing, it's going to mess up that technology that they're using to be cloaked. And, you know, that's why a lot of them are going to be seen for what they truly are. So it's good. Like Dad said, it's a beautiful time to be alive, guys. Make sure you go check out truthmafia.com. We got a bunch of new stuff over there. Don't forget the number one thing, please, please, please take a second out, opt into the newsletter. And if you want to get your decode, that link's down below too. That's on truthfultv.com. And don't forget to get your Body Line products. Now, as we close out today, Pops, when I play this closeout video, you can go because I know you got stuff to do, and then I'll end it. I'm going to play you guys this new song that I made. It's a song and a video about the Nephilim. So I'm going to play that as we're closing. Pops, I love you, brother. Thank you for coming on. You there, Pops?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good, son. Thanks.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it a little bit.
Okay, here we go.
This track was written by Tommy Truthful, leader of the Truth Mafia, shining light in the darkness. Let's take it back to Genesis 6:4, where it all began. In the days before the flood, the watchers fell, fallen angels touched down, cast out from heaven's spell. They saw women, took them as their wives, bred with them, created giants who terrorize our lives. Nephilim walked the earth, feared, revered, worshipped as gods, but humanity's fate was near. For a while, they ruled our hearts in chains, but then they turned dark, driven by hunger and pain. Started cannibalizing us, feeding off our flesh. The giants became monsters, humanity's final test. The flood came down, washed them away, but the Nephilim's legacy is still alive today. Genesis 6:4, the fallen came down, bred with our women, giants roamed the ground, worshipped as gods till they turned on man, cannibalized our kind, destroyed the land. But the Nephilim rise, they ain't done. We see the signs, the battle's just begun. Truth Mafia's here, exposing the sin. We won't let their darkness win. Now they're back, using tech from the sky, CERN's opening gates, making demons fly, interdimensional portals, ripping holes in time, trying to bring back what was locked in the divine. Harps in the mix, playing the harp strings, weather control, manipulating all things, geoengineering storms, hurricanes on demand. They think they're gods, but we're taking a stand. They use fallen tech to try and play God, but Truth Mafia's here, exposing the fraud. The Nephilim bloodline never died out, it's been hiding in the shadows, ready to shout. Genesis 6:4, the fallen came down, bred with our women, giants roamed the ground, worshipped as gods till they turned on man, cannibalized our kind, destroyed the land. But the Nephilim rise, they ain't done. We see the signs, the battle's just begun. The Truth Mafia's here, exposing the sin. We won't let their darkness win. Harp plays the sky like the fallen angel's harp, controlling the weather, trying to leave their mark. CERN's opening portals to Dimension X, trying to bring back the ones God rejects. Artificial storms, purple skies they create, it's all in the plan, but we know they're fake. Look to the heavens, the signs are there, but we stand strong, we're fully aware. The Nephilim's rise is just part of the plan, but the Truth Mafia is fighting for every man. Genesis 6:4, the fallen came down. Bred with the women, giants roamed the ground. Worshipped as gods till they turned on man. Cannibalized our kind, destroyed the land. But the Nephilim rise, they ain't done. We see the signs, the battle's just begun. Truth Mafia's here, exposing the sin. We won't let the darkness win. Join the Truth Mafia at truthmafia.com, or in an information board. The battle's on, led by Tommy Truthful, exposing the plan. We fight for the truth, we fight for every man.